We also recommend the use of this tool for fitting other clutch types as well. Using the correct tool will prevent any potential damage to the clutch and will make installation quicker and easier. This is an example of a self-adjusting type clutch. These can be identified by the adjuster toggle located in the cover housing. Here are the key components for the tool used to fit self-adjusting type clutches. The flywheel locking tool, the driven plate centering tool, and the clutch cover clamping tool. We're going to carry out this demonstration on a test rig with the gearbox already removed. Firstly, correctly lubricate the driven plate hub spline using the correct grease. An old toothbrush is useful for this. Next, place the driven plate on the gearbox input shaft and slide the plate up and down to ensure correct lubrication. Now remove the driven plate again and wipe away any excess spline lubricant from the driven plate and the input shaft. Ensure the driven plate is mounted the correct way around and install the driven plate centering tool into the hub spline. Now place the clutch cover over the centering tool. The kit contains a flywheel locking tool. Ensure the flywheel is locked into position prior to installing the clutch. Ensure the surface of the flywheel and pressure plate are both clean. Now mount the cover and plate loosely onto the flywheel dowels. Now insert the 3 large mounting bolts from the installation tool into 3 alternate flywheel bolt holes and tighten them down. Slide the installation tool over the 3 bolts. Tighten the 3 special nuts until flush with the bolt ends. Now tighten the central spindle until it contacts the diaphragm spring fingers. Continue to tighten the spindle until the cover is flush with the flywheel mounting face. Without the use of this tool, the automatic adjuster mechanism may be activated, making the clutch permanently inoperative. Now wind in 3 of the clutch cover bolts and lightly tighten them. Final torquing of these bolts will be carried out at the end of the installation procedure. Undo the central spindle and release the tension on the diaphragm spring. Now undo the special nuts and remove the installation tool. Now remove the 3 bolts. Remove the driven plate centering tool. Next, install the 3 remaining clutch cover bolts and lightly tighten them. Retighten the cover fixing bolts to the correct torque in a diagonally opposite sequence. And finally, remove the flywheel locking tool. The clutch is now ready for gearbox installation. Deinstalling the clutch is the reverse of the installation process and should be used if the clutch is to be reused. Clutch clearances are very small. Typically, pressure plate lift is only 1.5 millimeters. The use of the correct tool will prevent any distortion of the clutch which may interfere with this clearance.